Hey, welcome back. In this episode, we're headed towards the Spanish Peaks and the Spanish Peaks Wilderness. The Spanish Peaks are located in south central Colorado, about an hour drive west of Interstate 25. This area was designated the Spanish Peaks Wilderness Area in the year 2000. The wilderness area encompasses the East Peak and the West Peak. The West Spanish Peak reaches an elevation of 13,600 feet, and the East Peak reaches 12,700 feet. The wilderness area is about 19,000 acres. To reach this area, you take Forest Service Road or County Road 46, and it passes from the Aguilar area all the way through the Cordova Pass and down to the other side near Cuchara and Levada, Colorado. This is the Apishapa Arch. There is a trail in the wilderness area by the same name, and it is named for an ancient culture that existed among Native Americans approximately 2,000 years ago. So we are headed up to the Cordova Pass. There is a campground at the pass. It's also called the Spanish Peaks Wilderness. And this is a pretty beautiful drive. We're going to take it back in. It's about an 11-mile drive. At elevation, spring is just a little bit later, and these aspen trees were trying to throw out their leaves and coordinate with the lodgepole pines. It was beautiful. There are a couple points where the National Forest Road reaches outside of the Spanish Peaks Wilderness area, and that is where I launched my drone to view the beautiful greens and the mountains. While the drive in from this area is just over an hour from I-25, it's a rough road and it requires a lot of attention. I was tired when we got to the top. We made it to the Cordova Pass in the San Isabel National Forest. It's a little chillier up here at elevation. The pass is pretty well used on the weekends, and it is labeled and marked with lots of historical information, especially about J.J. Cordova, who funded the road through this pass. The hiking trails are well marked. The trails are actually pretty nice. They're pretty smooth. There are some work to get up. I understand once you get to the base of the West Peak, when you start to climb that mountain, it's somewhere between a hike, a scramble, and a climb. We didn't get that far. We spent a lot of time adjusting to elevation in the campground and struggled just a little bit with that. I felt a little bit short of breath with some short walks. Michelle felt weak, short of breath, and started to develop a headache. I have to admit that I was not too motivated running back and forth with my camera and doing different activities when first setting up. We had come from 700 feet at Tulsa to Picture Canyon at 4,200 feet of elevation, and here we were at 11,200 feet of elevation. Lots of change. The horizon in the distance is the Sangre de Cristo Mountains. They extend from southern Colorado all the way down into northern New Mexico. So we are at 11,200 feet of elevation and rising from 4,000 feet yesterday. I think everything I do, I'm a little short of breath, and I think I'm just going to lay down and rest a little bit. I'm drinking plenty of water, no headache, just kind of exhausted from being up here. The air is thin. Elevation didn't keep us down for long. It was steaks, couscous, and some squash for dinner. It was pretty good.
Okay.
Oh, that smells so good. We enjoyed our dinner together sitting on the bench of the picnic table with the snow flying, a little bit of rain, and it was cold up there. But we met our neighbors, and next door to us was another small YouTube channel, Jimmy, with Future Ruins. So Jimmy, you have a small YouTube channel just like mine, and tell me about your YouTube channel. Why'd you start it?
Yeah, so I've had a channel for probably about 6 years now, I think, when I started it. And I'm actually kind of got into doing YouTube with like other people like in sort of the music community, mainly the heavy metal community actually.
Philosophical question. When is money for nothing and chicks for free?
I don't think such a thing exists, my friend. I'm a big hiker, backpacker, mountaineer here in Colorado, so I enjoy, I started to just shoot like these hiking style videos, and it's a lot of fun, man. I kind of developed it over the last few years. I only release a video I get maybe like 5 or 6 videos a year.
So what is the name of your channel, and how does someone find you?
The channel is called Future Ruins, and my name is Jimmy. And yeah, if you just go to YouTube and search Future Ruins, you'll find me. I'm pretty sure I'm the only name that comes up with that. It's a handle I've used on the internet for many, many years now, and it just kind of bled into being part of the channel. And it kind of has significance to like what I show and stuff. Like I always look at places that are always I consider is going to be a future ruin, like because it's all going to go at some point, and oftentimes like when I find like places where there's evidence of like Ute Indians and things like that, I kind of consider this to be their future ruin kind of thing. So
we are both small YouTube channels. I have 2,000 subscribers. You have 1,000 plus.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So sometimes it gets a little discouraging having a small channel. I mean, I know why I started mine. It was during the pandemic, and I wanted to give my parents kind of a window into some beautiful things that are out there.
Yeah.
And that was my purpose. But now that my parents are gone, I kind of wonder sometimes, why do I keep doing this? But I actually enjoy it. I have fun with it. Why do you keep going as a small channel? Because it's a challenging environment right now.
Yeah, I agree to a certain extent. I mean, I kind of just did it out of fun to start, and like I kind of have like I said in the beginning, like a whole community of people that I've kind of made friends with online, and that's kind of been the whole purpose. And those guys have completely different channels than I have, because it revolves around music. But yeah, it is challenging. I never really set out to become like a YouTube star or anything like that. I always did it for fun, and it's funny because I've had a couple of videos that kind of went somewhat viral. I think one video I have hit about 26,000 views, and that was a video about Bigfoot, actually, because I live in Colorado here, and as an outdoorsman, I felt that the subject needed to be discussed on my channel, so I thought it would be fun to do, and I did actually 2 videos, and I told myself that was going to be it, because I knew that the Bigfoot thing would hit in the algorithm, but somehow that one kind of went, and then there's a couple videos I've done since then that I worked so hard on that only got like not even 200 views at this point. I think what it is a lot of people, it's clickbait kind of stuff these days. I mean, like people are focused on negativity. Like they want to see like somebody, calling somebody out, or or it's a political thing or whatever it is. It's like it's like this unhealthy like feeding into that side of humanity that people kind of gravitate towards, and
everything we don't need.
Exactly, and I kind of get it, because even sometimes I'm guilty of it as well. But I think that as a result, us guys that are trying to just put a little positivity out there in the world have a little bit of a harder time to like kind of break through the algorithm.
So Jimmy, my favorite type of video is probably just a peaceful, quiet time out, and it doesn't even matter what the activity is. It could be biking, could be hiking, could be sitting around a campfire, just something that is peaceful, and I'm just going to use the word centering.
Yeah.
I really like those type of videos, and that's just me. What is your favorite type of video?
I would say that I'm pretty similar to you, man. The way you just described, the type of video that you like to watch, I find that I'm probably about the same as well. I like to watch something that's inspirational, that gets me excited about doing things that I love to do, which is, what we're doing right now, camping and hiking and being outdoors. And, so I always just want to see somebody that's coming from an honest perspective, and that has a good personality that gets me excited about watching their videos. And then those are the guys that I'll end up watching every single video, no matter what they release. Even sometimes, I don't know, it's kind of like getting to know somebody virtually in a way, which is really cool. I mean, there's a wide array of videos that I like to watch, but when it comes to this kind of stuff, yeah, I mean, I really enjoy people that do things in places that I've never heard of. You know what I mean? Like everybody's got a video for, Long's Peak or whatever, Great Sand Dunes or whatever it is. You can find tons of videos there. But if you can find somebody that, and one of the things I try to do, my most recent videos, is try to do something in a new place that is kind of undiscovered, and I find that to be, and there's a couple guys out there that do that kind of stuff. People that have good personalities and make you laugh. And, again, like it's easy, like as a viewer to like when you're winding down the evening you watch a gritty TV show, you can't really end with that. That's a wonderful way to go out for the night, as a nice, calm, serene hiking video to kind of get you into the mood to get into bed and go to sleep. You know what I mean? And it always works every time for me.
Crackling campfire. Right?
Absolutely. And it's just like you're kind of living vicariously through those people, because like I don't get to do this stuff enough as much as I'd like to. So when I'm not able to be out there, I can kind of feel like I'm there. You know what I mean? So.